Well, hello, everybody. This is Goldfinger for the Goldfinger Minute. And today, my special guest is James. Hello, James.
Hello, Goldfinger. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So good to see you yet again. And
Yes.
we're going to get some new information from you today, a new subject. Give us a little background first of how you got to the Philippines. Go ahead.
Okay. 2022, actually, 2019, I started to talk to my wife on Facebook. Not a dating site or anything, just on Facebook. We chatted for about almost 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. I came out.
Through COVID.
Yeah. And I tried to come out during COVID, but that wasn't going to do that.
Nah.
So we chatted. We got to know each other pretty well, talked 2 or 3, 4 times a day. And then I decided to make the trip to do it. And so I actually, she started building a house actually.
Wow.
Out there. So when I got here, it was all ready to go. So that's how I got here in April of 2022, and we got married in May of 2022, and we live in Bago right now. We're on our second home. We sold our first home. You might know that from the first episode I did with you. But so that's pretty much done and buried and set. But we live in Bago City, and that's my story getting out here, and here I am.
Right.
Here
that's
I am.
cool.
Yeah.
That's great. And when did you get married?
In May of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see. What else? Let's see. You have a son, or she has a son already.
Correct.
Is that the only child?
No. She has a daughter also, Shanessa, who's in college in the Manila area.
Okay.
So, and I treat them as my own.
That's nice.
We totally support them. She's in year 3 college. He's graduated in IT.
Very good.
He's currently looking for a career
right
now. So, yeah.
And so are you planning on going back to the U.S.?
No.
That was a very affirmative no.
Yes, no.
And that is because?
I love my country. I'm a patriot, and it's done me very well. But I don't see any reason to go back. They'll have to drag me there or put me in a pine box to get me there.
Right.
But I have one son left out there.
Yes, I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, I do. I have one son left who's about 37 years old.
So he's established.
Yeah, he's established, and in fact, he's getting ready to join ICE.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think that's good. I think a government job's a good job because it
so.
has, you'll get money later on, and I can't think of the name of it, not retirement, but you get pension. So,
pension.
And it's very good because my son did that too.
Yeah.
But you'll miss him. Now, is he married?
No, he's not married. He's single.
Okay.
He almost got married. That didn't work out. But,
Oh, well.
And that kind of was a mess. But he said, Dad, they're giving a $50,000 sign-on.
Sign-on bonus.
Yeah, sign-on bonus, $50,000.
Wow. I wish I got that kind of money when I signed on for trucking.
Right?
They used to give us $8,000 over a period of several months. It had to be over several months. They want to make sure that you're going to work out and stick with it.
Yeah.
That's incredible. $50,000 plus he gets salary, plus he'll get a pension.
Yep.
And even at 37, did you say?
Yeah, 37.
Wow. He's not too old for ICE.
No, he's actually, and he's in great shape. He's
Did he have military?
No, he has no military training. He has weapons training of his own. He owns a lot of weapons, and they're all licensed. And
how did he get a job like that? I'm just curious. How did that happen?
They are aggressively recruiting right now.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
Well, I think, they're looking for, 120,000 more ICE agents to join the nation. And, they're
expecting trouble.
Yeah, I think that's already kind of started.
Well, yeah, but
Somewhat.
I don't believe all the news we hear over here.
I know.
They like to play up news, likes to play things up a lot.
Yeah.
And they like to show old footage of things that are supposedly happening now.
Yeah.
Of demonstrations, riots, things like that.
I saw that.
They do that a lot. They did it with earthquakes years ago too. I was in another state and there was an earthquake in Nevada, and I was in Oregon, and somebody's calling me going, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah. The earthquake. It demolished all the buildings. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, I'm in Oregon. He says, no, it happened in L.A. And I'm going like, well, that was the Silmar quake,
Yeah.
which was tough. And a bridge did fall and a building did
Yeah.
collapse. But that's what they show.
That's
and they
like 72, was it, or something? Yeah.
I'm old. What can I say? I'm old.
Well, no, I mean, I'm old now.
But he says, it looked like everybody died. I go, no. I says, I'm in touch with them. I says, don't watch. And I turn on the TV and I'm watching it. And I'm like, then I call, my family back and says, we didn't even feel a thing, We felt a little shake maybe, but nothing much. So they love to play up the news, okay? And they make things a lot worse.
Wow.
I mean, if you ask anybody right now in America what's going on in the Philippines, all they hear about is, one, earthquakes. They think that all of Philippines is going down into the ocean.
Yeah.
And two, all of the problems they're having with politics, with theft, stealing,
government corruption and all that. Yeah.
And that's all they hear, okay?
Yeah.
But there's not a, I mean,
No.
they
There's
had
a lot more to the Philippines. Than
yeah,
that,
right?
obviously.
This is like the U.S. There's a lot more to it.
Exactly, yeah.
But I have no interest going back either, so.
Yeah, well,
unless my son needs me,
Right, that could be different, yeah.
Right. Anyway, so moving right along, you wanted to talk about a certain situation back in the States, and you wanted to talk to people that are still living there.
Correct.
What did you want to talk about?
Well, I want to just bring to their attention that if they have a business or if they have any kind of a relationship where they're leaving something, an asset, it could be a business or whatever, if they're leaving it with a family member, a friend, or a business partner even, and they have relationships with their business banks or, whatever, that they need to be very careful, because I got caught up in something that it happened to me. I mean, she's like a daughter to us. I guess you can kind of consider like a stepdaughter, maybe.
Okay.
And we still love her. We still wish the best for her. But she did try to do a takeover, like embezzlement kind of thing, with our healthcare company we had in Arizona when we left. It was just kind of a mess. So I came out here April in 2022.
Yeah.
Got married in May of 2022 and had to go right back in June of 2022 because of what she did.
And what is it that she was trying to do?
Well,
you said takeover.
Yeah, she was part of the healthcare organization in Tucson, Arizona. We worked a lot with state Medicaid and things, but we had a nonprofit arm where we would do outreaches and we would help schools and we would help.
That was very nice.
Yeah, all kinds of people.
Thank you for that.
Oh yeah, it was such an honor for us to do that.
It's very rewarding. I know.
It is. It's almost a selfish act,
right?
Because it makes us feel
if
good.
you do well, you should give back.
Absolutely.
There's no reason not to.
Absolutely. So we were doing this, and she was a big part of this. She's Hispanic, so she helped us a lot in the Hispanic community. We served a lot of the Native Americans on the borders, like on the Arizona-Mexico border. So we helped with like mobility equipment, wheelchairs and walkers. We would donate all kinds of stuff. So we had these two, one for-profit arm and then the nonprofit, and the for-profit fed the nonprofit. It helped to fund it. We didn't ask for any donations or nothing. So, but what happened was, when I came to the Philippines, she says, "Dad, I want," because she called me Dad. She says, "I want to come out there with you." I'm like, "What? Are you serious? You want to come to the Philippines? I mean, I'm moving there, I'm retiring there, but why do you? I'm excited. I would love for you to come," but she wanted to come out there, so she came out. She flew out with me, and my wife and the children, the whole family met her, and they all loved her. She's kind of a flaunty.
Yeah, well, she has a positive personality.
Yeah, she's very boisterous and stuff. So she got along really well with everybody.
That's good.
And so she was here for 2 weeks. Then she flew back to the States, to Arizona, and then we went about our business. I would do my Zoom meetings once a week with the staff because I had planned to retire. I was going to be retiring in June of that year.
Well, you move right along. Okay.
Yes.
You don't waste any time.
No, So June of 22. I got there in April, got married in May, and then in June I was just going to retire and leave basically the business to her to run and my executive assistant. So between the two of them, and we had a staff of 12 in the office.
And you were going to pull income off of that, I assume.
Correct.
Retiring income, okay.
Correct. I was going to pull
like a pension.
A pension, for 5 years, because it's a private. It's a nonprofit.
I assume you started it.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was started. Yeah. It was started
in what
back
year?
in 2005.
Okay, so it's been around Over 15 years, 17 years, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. So, everything was fine until one day, she just stopped communicating a lot. Like, she wasn't communicating with me daily, because that was important that we had a daily, conversation about what's going on in the office. So then she stopped skipping the Zoom meeting, started skipping Zoom meetings. I was like, where is she at? And I don't want to even say her name,
Okay,
but,
don't do that.
Where is she at? And oh, I don't know. And some people in the office were as shocked as me, but my executive assistant wasn't as shocked. She's just like kind of covered for her. And
Was she in on it?
Yeah, she was in on it. Yeah,
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So they planned something.
Yeah, they had some, and that was the whole reason why she wanted to come out with her dad to the Philippines. She was planning this before I even came out
But
here.
why come out? I'm not following the.
Well, I think she wanted to do, and I know this sounds like, what do you call it? Covert operations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
We're always wondering. There's always something. We question everything now in the U.S. I mean,
Right.
You can't help it based on what the government's done and everything else,
Yeah.
and medical and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So she wanted to see what my life here was like, so she knew how to handle what she was secretly planning out there. And then, so it got to the point, and I'm going to skip. I'm not going to go into the
go
weeds
ahead.
on this, but when she flew back, her communication almost stopped. One day, I woke up. This was in June, and I always check the corporate accounts 3 or 4 times a day, because I don't know, banks and me. I don't know. Banks hold our money, but I don't know. Can we really trust banks? I don't know.
What's coming is scaring me. Okay.
Yeah. So, and this was a mainstream bank, and let's see. How should I put? I don't want to say the name, but WFB maybe.
Okay, that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah. So, it was a mainstream bank, and so I didn't even have a second. Everything's fine. I've been banking with them for 15 years. Everything was good. When I looked at my phone on the app, the account went from, because this was with 3 different accounts. There was an operating account for the for-profit, then there was the charitable account for our outreaches, and then just a payroll account. Well, the first one I checked was the payroll account, because payroll was coming up. And that account went from about 120,000 US to closed, to zero. It was actually closed.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm thinking, oh, this has got to be some mistake. Maybe the bank converted it into a different account. I didn't know, but I don't know. And then I checked the other 2 accounts, and the other 2 accounts had a little bit of money. They weren't closed, but yeah. So there was close to $1 million US. Again, it wasn't my money. It was the operating money of the
Right.
corporation. It was employees' money, because we had about 120 part-time in-home care, workers that we had to pay.
120
Yes.
in-home care workers are expecting to get paid.
Yes.
Okay. What about the other accounts now?
The general account, the expense account, which covers a lot of things for us for expenses? That was down to like a few $1,000s. I mean, that went from maybe 400,000 to nothing, a few thousand. And the charitable account was what really hurt, because we had outreaches scheduled. So we need to buy the food, the medical equipment.
And they can't wait.
And they can't wait.
You get dependent.
And a lot of them were on the reservation that we were doing, on the Indian reservation. So they were all scheduled. So that, of course, I panicked. I can't even explain the feeling.
Oh, you have a gut feeling. It's
just a wrenching in your gut, like your life is over. What happened? I'm with this bank I've been with for so many years.
You're not the only person this has happened to.
Oh my gosh!
It's happened to a few people out here.
Oh my gosh!
My sister cleaned out my accounts.
Whoa!
Yeah, so that's whole fact. My sister was partner for 13 years. One day I have 0 in the accounts.
Oh no!
The bank's calling me. Checks are bouncing. I said, "How's that possible? I have 50,000 in that account."
Yeah.
He says, "There's nothing in that account." So I understand. I know the feeling. It's pretty upsetting.
Yeah, and of course I called the bank, and the bank wouldn't even speak to me. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, I gave him my name, I gave him the account number. I'm sorry, sir. There's no account. That account's been closed. And so I tried the other 2 that were open, and she says, what's your name? And then they do the challenge questions, that they try to
That's
ask you,
fine.
and then they send you the code. I'm like, well, I didn't get a OTP, like I didn't get a safety code, code that they send to make sure they're speaking to the right. She goes, your number is, and she dictated the number. I'm like, no, that's not my number. Well, she changed everything. She went into the bank, and she had photocopies of the Secretary of State showing who are the directors and officers, and she brought in a photocopy of everything. It was altered, and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
what are you talking about? So, I immediately called the bank, and I couldn't go down to the bank, right? But because I'm out here, there is no, that bank doesn't exist out here.
Right.
So there's only like one main corporate center of that bank in Manila, but it has nothing to do with, like consumer or business banking. It's like
So
a whole
you have to
different-
fly back.
So I had to fly back because what am I going to do? I mean, he's got all the money. So in this episode, I would like to reiterate, while I'm at this stage of it,
Yeah.
have your money in at least 3 to 5 different bank accounts, different banks, because we know we have to really bank. We have to make our transitions, and especially if we have a business, we have to bank. So have it in different banks, not just one bank. And I did, but the majority of the nut was in that bank,
Right,
But I
right.
kept 25K, 30K here, 15K here as a safety valve, because I had experiences with banks in the past,
Right.
and I'm thank the Lord that He gave me a little bit of insight to make sure. I mean, it wasn't a lot of money in retrospect. I mean, it is a lot of money in the Philippines, I know, but still. So I had money to fly out there. I had money to see what the heck was going on. So I flew out there in June, and it was the day after my birthday. My birthday's in June.
Happy birthday, yeah.
So it's like. And you can even see from my birthday pictures, I'm like, every picture was like it wasn't even me, So I flew out there. My wife and kids came. They went to Manila, and then they stayed there for a week until I got back. I figured it would take me a week to figure out what's going on. So I went to our lawyer's office. I had an appointment with them, and they took everything in. They took the case because it's a civil case now at this point. I said, let's make it a criminal case because she just outright, fraudulently took all this money, close to $1 million. She ended up getting, $500,000 liquid, and then other stuff too. All of our vehicles are.
She sell them off?
No, she tried, but she couldn't. They were registered in the foundation's name, so she couldn't sell them. But again, things stopped. Everything came to a halt because of that.
And it affected a lot of people.
It did. It affected a lot of people.
The employees and the
Yeah.
American Indians on the reservation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my wife and I took from the first few weeks, we took from our own funds to make sure the payroll was met. And I had another a director there that I trusted, and she helped a lot. She even kicked in her own funds to get the payroll met.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we all did what we could, and then this went on for I came back a week later. She broke in the office. She got a locksmith to change the locks. Now, I just assumed to change a lock on a commercial building, you have to show who you are, that you have a purpose
Not
to be
really.
doing this. Yeah, I learned that.
Locksmith doesn't care.
No, they
He
don't
just wants
care.
to be paid.
Yeah. She didn't even have a physical driver's license. She showed him the one on the phone. And I've got all of this on CCTV because
wow.
she forgot there was one out front in the
Oh, really? So it's all
above
recorded.
the door. Yeah, so it's all recorded. Locksmith drilling out the lock. Boom. She was taking huge laser printers out, computers out, but to move along with what happened, I took the office back over. I had a locksmith come out, change the locks, and we hired security there to stay there. So we had a 24/7
Should have,
guard
could have,
there.
and would have. Wish you'd had that before.
Yeah,
Right?
I know, but it ended up where I came back to the Philippines a week later, and the attorneys were handling everything. We weren't able to really conduct much business. All of our state Medicaid stopped, which means we were losing, I mean, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in state Medicaid. We were taking care of, elderly patients in their homes, right? We were paying the in-home caregivers, but we could not get reimbursed by state Medicaid because everything stopped.
Right.
And
you had to open up new bank accounts?
No, I ended up not. I had an account that she didn't even mess with. She didn't even know. She had no information on it. So we started to use that account. It was a smaller bank in Arizona. It's a really good bank. I'm not going to mention their name either. But so they she was, the backstory on her real quick is she met a guy, and the guy just got out of prison, and it was sort of a boyfriend. I knew the guy from one of her friends, I guess, or something. But he's, oh yeah, she's happy. Well, he was the one that really, kind of planned the whole thing and stuff like that. So, it's not an excuse for
And
her. ultimately,
what was is it still ongoing? Or
No. I had telephonic hearings from the Philippines. The judge had allowed that. He approved that. And it ended up, what happened was I got two of the bank accounts back.
All right.
And I thought I'd have to use the attorneys to do it, but having attorneys get the bank accounts back was a complicated issue. Unbelievably, my future daughter-in-law, who was the fiance of my son, who's joining ICE,
which didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Right.
She said, "What's going on?" I explained it to her. She said, "Add me to the board."
Yeah.
On one of the corporations, which we did. It was one of the charities. She goes, I'll go back and get your bank accounts back. So what are you talking about?
Okay.
I said, okay, have at it. She went in there. She just did almost the exact same thing but not fraudulent. What she did, which we actually added her on, so it was done in real time, because I think most of your audience knows, we all know, when somebody goes and opens a bank for a business, they go online and check real time, like at the moment,
right,
with the Secretary of State. It shows who the officers are. Well, somebody at the bank didn't do that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which leads me to believe, what's going on here? Well, we found out she had a friend that worked at that bank. So we think that that's how she was able to do what she did, because it should have been verified online, and it wasn't. Okay. So, but we got two of the three bank accounts back, and the other one,
no money in it, though.
No, actually, we got the money back because what had happened was she converted the accounts. So she closed those.
Oh, so she transferred to a new
account.
The same bank.
Same bank.
Well, that was pretty stupid.
Well, yeah, and then my future daughter-in-law was able to be on that board, so she just took them right back. But
wow.
She did it legitimately, which thank God, So, yeah, so we actually got I'd say maybe about 60, 70% of the cash back, which was a big, huge help for us. So, and then the case was actually closed because we settled with her, and all we said was, leave us alone. Just leave us alone.
You didn't go after her.
No, she had nothing.
She should have had jail time.
You would think, but,
It's a long, expensive road.
Yeah.
With attorneys and stuff, right?
Yes. And the stress, I didn't come out here to retire to have stress, right?
Right.
You didn't either,
no.
Right? And your audience doesn't want stress either. So,
no.
So avoid it and have 3 or 4, if you can, different
so you
banks.
Just have to let it go.
And let it go. We lost a little, maybe we lost 30 or 40 grand, but and of course the legal fees cost us about $250K.
Whoa.
So a lot of that went toward it. But you know what? It's something we had to do in principle. You just have to do it.
And where are you at with this today?
It's closed down.
Okay, you ended up closing.
We ended up closing it.
You said you flew back to the Philippines.
Correct.
And you were doing conference calling with the judge and everything. So it got settled. You got the money back.
Yes.
What about the people that were dependent upon?
Gone.
They lost out.
Yeah. They knew why. And all I can do is explain what happened. Because state Medicaid is the lifeline to businesses like ours.
And the employees also had to find a job.
Yeah.
Did they get any severance pay or anything?
gave him 2 weeks. I mean, that's all because by law, we have to,
Right. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and we did. So, and apology. I mean, there's really nothing we
What
can
are you going to do, right? I mean, you're not living there, and she...
No.
I should have... It's too bad that the people that got hurt can't go after her civilly. The people that lost their jobs, the people that was dependent upon this money, they technically could go after her on a civil.
Yeah.
I would think, because she was the cause of it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a lawyer. So
I don't know.
So you close it all down, and you wash your hands. I'm done.
Well, we washed our hands except for one arm of it, which is the Philippines charitable part of it. So
Okay.
we kept that because I'm here.
Right.
And my now wife was already doing outreaches while I was still working in the U.S.
So you're helping the Philippines. Then.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We established a school in where the town we used to live, the province we used to live, to help, because after the pandemic, as you know, there was just thousands of children left with huge gaps of education because they took home the workbooks, the studies, I forgot what they call them.
Are you helping orphanages as well?
No, we haven't done anything with orphanages.
Specifically with school?
Yeah, we do a lot with DEP Ed. So we actually have MOAs with them where we're recognized. We don't have any now because it expired. Last year was our last one. But so we hired teachers out here. And teachers, teachers out here, they get a bad end of it all. I mean, it's
they don't get paid very well.
They don't get paid, and it's hard to become a licensed teacher.
And you have too many students in a class, I know.
Yeah. So, we hired six teachers for the school that we established. It's not open now, but it helped a lot of kids. We fed them their lunch and the meals. So we were able to take what money we had left and establish that. And then when the money dried up, there's nothing more we can do. What we do now these days is my wife and I, we still do outreaches, but we do it with our own funds. Again, we don't ask for any donations. We don't live large. We don't have we don't even own a car anymore. We sold our cars. I mean,
all right.
So I'm going to buy a scooter probably next month. So you know what I mean. So
I got one for you.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. So I just think that just be careful who you trust. Really?
It happens so often. And usually it happens out here in the Philippines with someone that they trusted as a Filipina, but it can happen even in the U.S. I don't like having loose ends in another country. That was one of the first things that I know. What I had rentals, and I going, if you live more than 50 miles from a rental house, it's tough. You're going to have a problem because, especially if you're several hundred, because people can't be counted on. Their lives change, and their changes affect you. Divorces or deaths or things like that. So, I totally understand. And you're thousands of miles away from the U.S., so it's best just not to.
And I don't want to go back. So, if I was going to go back, let's go twice a year. My wife applied for a visa when I first got here. She goes, I said, I'll take you back if you really want to go.
Yeah.
If you want to see the U.S. We were going to go to Hawaii because I used to live on the island of Maui over there. So I said, let's go to Maui and we'll visit Maui and all that. But they denied her visa. And they said because she doesn't have enough travel.
Isn't enough? Yeah, they want to see you go to Asian countries first, and they want to see her have an account with money in it, so that she could afford to pay for herself to come back.
They saw that part. That wasn't it. But you're right, though. You're right about they wanted to see her.
And they want to see
Asian
history
countries.
Between you two.
Yeah,
a marriage license isn't enough. History.
No, and at that time, there was no history between.
Just a few months,
6 months. I mean, there was almost 3 years on Facebook, but that they don't really count that. So.
I want to see Facebook pictures that you've been living together for years and trips together.
Honestly, Goldfinger, when she came back, I was waiting in the van with our driver and her, and we hired a guy to go. We even hired a guy to go, facilitate the
he's a facilitator. Okay.
Right. And they came back, and I just expected, you got your visa. They said, no, they turned us down. I thought she was joking. I'm like, what do you mean? The facilitator didn't, yeah, they turned us down.
And how much did that facilitator cost?
Well, just to process the paperwork, we got that back too, though. We got that back.
You did?
Yeah. Man of his word.
Oh, wow.
Man of his word.
That's pretty good. That's not normal here.
No, I really know it. My wife pursued it. I'm like, honey, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? He processed. He took time to process.
There are times I give up on that stuff. accidentally bought a whole bunch of load for Carolyn's phone.
Yeah.
But somehow I don't have Gcash, and somehow I got my phone number on it, and we bought it through Lazada, and I bought several thousand pesos. And I go, oh, well, forget it. I screwed up. I didn't change the phone number. And they picked up on my phone number, and it was supposed to be for her phone number. But she went after it. She got it back. Filipinos are very good about they're thrifty. They're very frugal, too.
They are.
So, yeah, so she did. She got it back. She went after it. She said, no, we're not going to lose that. We're going to get it back.
Yeah.
So she did.
That's one thing about them.
I'm glad that you were able to solve the problem. I'm sorry
Yes.
you had the problem in the States, but at least you're here now. And I appreciate the fact that you're helping kids with education.
Oh, thank
which
you.
We both do. We have that in common.
I know. I see your. I watch your show, and I see your the different schools you're going to. You set up computer rooms.
I know.
In fact, we have one. We're actually doing a computer. They already have the room, but they have 40 students and 4 computers.
Right.
So, and it's typical, they can share, 2 students can share a computer if they have to. So we're going to go, we told the principal, it's a private elementary school, and my wife, it's her school. She was there when she was a kid.
Fine.
And we sold our original house in the province when we sold it. So we told her when everything's closed, because the paperwork is still processing on that. You know how that goes. So when the buyer finally pays the balance of that, he owes like 1.3 still. So when we get that money, that's when I want to buy my scooter, and I want to help the school. I want to get.
I can give you some advice on what to do as far as the computer lab.
Yeah,
because I've done a couple of them. So
that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
So I'll give you some advice
Terrific.
off camera.
Okay.
Where to get it and what works and what doesn't.
Okay, great.
All right.
Great.
And then if you're down here, we'll be setting one up around December 15th. We'll be setting up a school. It's it's just outside of Dumaguete. It's kind of up in the hills. It's a province school.
Okay.
They're very poor. 700 students.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to set up 24 tablets. We decided to go with tablets with keyboards and mouse. It's a lot less expensive, and it's similar to a laptop.
Yeah.
But the batteries last longer. It's interesting alone because it doesn't.
God, I would think the opposite, huh?
No, it's because they have the same size battery as a laptop, but they don't pull as much power. So that way they don't have to be charged midday, the last 2 days. And it's a good starter for children because you don't need to have a full laptop.
Right.
Laptops are going to cost hundreds of dollars per each.
Yeah,
but
I
a
know.
tablet you can get for $100 or less.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and we it looks just like a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not together. It has a screen, it has a keyboard, and it has a mouse, and we get mouse pads. And you could even draw on it. It has a drawing tool.
Oh,
you can
nice,
draw on it.
nice. Okay.
And then we load it with programs. So and then we get a big screen TV, and we're doing that right now. I'm in the middle of the process.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I'll chat with you about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah, and there's certain things you get from the States that's better than if you get here. Tablets is one of them.
I know. Amazon. I used to buy a lot of stuff still on Amazon.
But you can't get a big screen TV out of Amazon.
No.
And it's just best to go to Robinson's. They can deliver. Their prices are good. They have big sales at the end of the year. So right now they have anywhere from 25 to 50% off because they want to get rid of their stock so they have new stock in
for
the new
Christmas,
year.
Yeah.
After New Year's.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can get really good deals. I don't do it on credit, but you could actually buy it on a credit if you have a credit card, and they'll finance even foreigners as long as you have a local bank.
Yeah.
I bank with BDO, so if you have a local bank, you've been with them a few months. If you have a credit card with them, which I don't, or if you have a credit card from another country, which I did, but I don't anymore. I don't need it. Yeah. They'll even allow you to make payments with very little down. And you can pay it for 12 months, but I don't. I just pay cash for it.
Yeah,
I don't like payments.
I don't either. We have a well-established bank account with a local bank here, but yeah, I don't. As you probably know me a little bit, so you know our house is paid for.
I just pay for everything.
Yeah, you're like us. We just pay cash.
I don't want payments.
And if we don't have cash, we don't get it.
That's about it.
We just wait until we have it.
Yeah, you wait till you do, and then you get the right thing.
Yeah,
it's more important to get the right thing than second best. I don't like second best used stuff too much.
I know you don't. I remember when you were setting this this podcast up. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this was quite a project.
I was showing him. I said, "Look, he's got the cameras like we did in our because we had a podcast, but
did you?
for our church. Yeah, we
Oh,
set
very
it in our
nice.
church. And it's like, oh boy, and I saw the spaghetti and all that.
Oh,
I'm
my
like,
God.
oh wow, he's going
It
through
was a
what I
lot.
went through.
Well, I had for the last time we were here, I have a soundboard now.
Those are nice.
Yes, it
Very
helped
nice.
a lot.
Yes.
Because the laptop, even though it was a very strong laptop, it was an i9 laptop.
That's what I have. The processors are really
Yeah,
fast.
it's wonderful, but it couldn't handle everything.
Yeah.
And then the next problem, of course, here is getting Wi-Fi. I solved that problem just recently.
Yeah, didn't you have them lay all new lines and stuff?
I had to
Yes.
put in new fiber.
Yeah.
I had to change the modem. Their modems were a maximum 300
okay.
megabytes. I needed a gig.
Yeah.
We put a landline in directly to here. I had to change the conversion. This one, I had to buy a 2.5 gig conversion
Right.
so it would handle. And now we don't have a problem with doing lives or recordings or anything else. So it works very well now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's finally solved, I think, most of the problems.
Well, yeah. I mean, we have a small channel. You know our channel is
Right.
come out to the Philippines. We actually rebranded it from the Boss Upstairs. That's
Okay.
when we did with you.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's just come out to the Philippines.
Oh, it's now come out to the Philippines.
Yeah, just all one word, come out to the Philippines. And then there's come out to the Philippines.com, which is easier to remember sometimes. It gets us at
Yeah,
.com.
I
So-
tried Goldfinger Consulting. Actually, someone else wanted to set me up on a web,
Yeah.
Goldfinger Consulting, and I'd be charging people for my time. And I didn't like charging people for my
Yeah,
time. It's
I don't-
free.
yeah.
You ask me questions, it's free. If you need some help, it's free. The ebook we put out, which is now 60 pages, it's
I
free.
know, that thing's big now. I
It's
saw
big.
that,
It's 60
yeah.
pages now. So, but it's all free, and a
Yeah.
lot of people won't read it. They'll still call me, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's fine, but at least they have it. And they may not read it till a year down the line. You never know.
It keeps me busy. I like being busy. I like
Yeah.
multitasking. So
Yeah.
but good on you for helping the children. That's great.
Well, thanks. Same with you.
Yeah.
I mean, and the Philippines schools can use all the help they can get.
Definitely here, and the children. It's help. The children are the most important.
Absolutely.
People go, "Why don't you buy rice?" Well, rice comes and goes. They sell it. They don't.
Yeah.
eh,
And we live in the middle of a rice field. Do you remember?
Yes,
we live,
yes,
But
yeah.
but I mean, we donate rice to, but it's to out. We do it through the
You had a
grand
beautiful
house.
place that you sold that I remember,
Yes.
and all set up with solar pool, all that stuff.
It was a foreigner's dream.
and you sold it for a discount. I know.
Yes.
It's like killed me that. I
Yeah,
remember
and we
that.
still don't have all
If
the
anybody's
money.
interested, we do have what was probably 6 months? No, not 6. Maybe 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And you'll
It's in
see
there.
James. You'll see one.
Yeah.
We talked about your place.
Yeah.
Very nice. And you sold it at a discount just to move out of
Yeah.
the province. You
Yes.
built something in the province, which is not easy to build.
And it's not easy to sell.
Yeah. Sounded beautiful. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I hope
appreciate
for
it.
positive things in the future for you.
Thank you.
It should be really, really good for you in the future. Only positive thoughts.
Thank you.
And I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off here.
All right.
But thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, James, for coming on. You have a lovely family that I've met, your wife and your son here.
Thank
and
you.
things are looking up now. I think you're
Yes.
much happier.
Much happier here.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Take care.
Round and round we go. Picture perfect, but so many foes to stop you.